Welcome to the sponsored section of the stream today. And thank you so much for Kamaeru, a frog refuge, for sponsoring today's stream. I had the pleasure and delight of trying this out at PAX East this past year, aka a few months ago. What is time? Time is soup. This is for my cozy babes, okay? This is adorable. I love the artwork. Let me tell you a little bit more about the game before we hop into it, okay? Kamaeru. Foster a sanctuary for frogs and restore the biodiversity of the wetlands in Kamaeru, a cozy farming sim where you raise frogs by playing mini games and decorating your habitat. How cute is that? How cute! So, if you like farming, if you like cutesy stuff, if you like frogs, this is going to be the game for you. And if I can get !Kamaeru in the chat, let me know, because this is going on sale right now on June 8th. So you can already put everything on your wish list. And this is going to be on Steam, but it is also going to be for Xbox, which is really awesome because a lot of cozy games are usually relegated to Steam and maybe the Switch, but this one is going to be for Steam and Xbox, so my console babes can also get in on this too. Yeah! Yoki, you're the snackerfice? Come on! You love all types of colors of frog? Well, then you're gonna really enjoy this one. All right, let's hop to it. New game. I was trying it out this morning. How's the volume? Do I need to make the background sound a little bit higher? Just let me know. Let me know. Listen, if the snackerfice has to happen, it has to happen. It's good? Okay. I've been working so hard lately. It's a good thing my latest project finally ended and I can take a few weeks off. Maybe I should go back home, take a break. Ooh. I remember the wetlands, short trees with dark bark, dragonflies skipping along the water's surface. Did you know that dragonflies can bite you? Fun fact, I got bitten by a dragonfly when I was a camper. Don't recommend it, but they're very pretty. I grew up here, close to this marsh with Axel, my best friend. Oh, let me hide the camera for a second so you can see Axel. Look at little Axel. Look at his missing tooth. What's up, classic gamer? You got 94. Are we going to lose another mod today? I hope not. Nice appetizer. I don't know about a Dobson fly. Axel and I both loved frogs. It's funny, I was thinking about him this morning. He just called. Something tells me he has a plan. Axel always has a plan in mind. Yes, let's play the tutorial. Sleeping frog! Okay, why is Axel like... You know? I've been reading too many books. Axel hasn't changed at all. We met up a few miles from the wetlands of our childhood. He showed me a place where he planned to build, of all things, a frog refuge. Hi, Kasia! Oh, hey, Axel! Like, he's kinda fine, right? Cleo, long time no see. So happy to see you again. Axel, it's been a while. How are things around here? Bite his neck to prove dominance. He gives Transmass Golden Retriever energy. Too true. And on Pride, you love to see it. Everybody say hi to Kasia. Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, boy next door, adorable. Any insect or bug or creature that is known to sting or bite humans will be dead to you. Well, dragonflies, add them to the list. Great, but as you can see, the frog refuge is pretty empty so far. I'm thinking we could fill it with frog furniture. Frog furniture? Is that a thing? Tell me it's not made from frogs because this is gonna take a turn. Of course, frogs are attracted to certain types of furniture. Let's try it, you'll see. Okay. Use the shop to buy some furniture. I gave you some money to buy a bathtub. Frogs love bath time. Okay. So stuff? Where's the shop? Travel, camera, journal, frogs, stuff, editor. Oh, the shop is right here. Oh my God, Violet. Look at the bath. I also love bath time. Oh my God, are we frogs? Oh, put a 1 in the chat if you like baths. I'm thinking we might be part frog. I bought a bath. Open the inventory and place the tub. I got you. Don't tell me what to do, but tell me what to do. Can I put it anywhere? Where should I put it? Is it weird to put it right by the pond? Here, I'm gonna put the bathtub like right here. Okay. Toggle the editor button to enter or exit editor mode. This way you can move furniture around. Oh. You'll see that you got some reputation points from placing the bathtub. You get green hearts by adding new furniture to the refuge. Okay. Or you can also tame new frogs. I want to tame a frog. Taming frogs? Oh, that sounds very exciting. She doesn't seem that enthusiastic. Cleo, come on. Knees to chest with the excitement here. I'm excited to tame some frogs. A little bit of duck too. 1.5, you prefer a nice shower, but you have bath moments for sure. How about a shower, bath, shower? I've never played it chaotic, but I'll take your word for it. If it's next to the pond, it's probably easier to refill. Yeah. Hi, D-Converse. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Welcome on in. It's pretty simple. You give them all the food they want. Most frogs love flies, but their taste can get more complex. I swear to God, if I'm going to have to make like a cheeseburger or something for the frog, I'm going to laugh. Interact with the frogs that show up on the furniture to open up a panel with information on the frogs. Okay. Oh! Look at him! Look at him! He's crawling up there. Look at his little froggy butt. Oh. Victulus aqua kiwi. Status unknown. Food, he's consumed 4 flies. Okay. Well, I have 8 flies. Should I be feeding him? Or is he hungry? I can't tell. But he's so cute. I'm gonna call him Vic for short. Everybody say hi to Vic. So we can feed him flies, and then apparently we can feed him caterpillars, some sort of beetle, and dragonflies. You can't see it because it's behind me. Okay, but you can also take pictures of frogs because they're cute, obviously. Open the camera, take a frog picture, and put it into the froggy decks. Okay. Oh, wait, he gone! Oh, we got another one! Yes. I want both. Oh, this is the Victulus peach frog. Okay. The dashboard shows available frogs and the probability. Oh my God, there's so many different types. There's so many different colors. So the chance that we will potentially have a rainbow frog is very high. Oh, this is so exciting. There's a pink one. There's a pink one. Axel, move. We have to take a photo. Axel seems thrilled about his project. Okay, yeah. I also want a refuge. What do you think? I'm so down. I love you, but shut up. You gotta get me over here. I also love frogs. It's funny that Cleo is wearing the green sweater. You know what I mean? It's on point for us. I should have worn green today. Gay frog. Hi, Soul Solani. How are you doing? This is totally made for the neurodiversion case. That's what I'm saying. Exclamation point Kamaeru in the chat. Wish list this, y'all. It will really help me too if you want to support the stream for free. Click on the link. You can wish list it on Steam. You can watch the trailer. You can obviously keep watching our stream today. And it is out on June 8th. So just a few more days. Just a few more days. Hi, Azalea. How are you doing today? All right. Let's make this our first task. We need to increase our reputation and add new frogs to the froggy decks. So we should place new furniture, and we can tame frogs by feeding them. Oh, that's why they left. I should have fed them the 4 flies. Oh my God, I'm the worst. How about we get at least 40 hearts and 3 frogs on the froggy decks? Bet. If you're looking for things to do, you can check out your current objectives in your journal. So this will be where our quests are. So we need 40 reputation points and 3 frogs. Place the log and armchair and take 3 frog pictures. Okay. Oh my God, the journal is so cute and there's photos there. And then our first little friend. I'm sorry, I will never get over this photo. Like, they're little rumpus. They're little rumpuses. They're trying to get into the bath. I really want another frog. I swear. If I end up calling stream early today because I have run off to PetSmart to buy another pet, I need y'all to just look away, okay? It's me, if you even care. Done, PJM. Because you love the prismatic frog. It's meant to be. It's your day off, so you're doing good. Hi, you're pretty. Oh, this is the banana. Okay, so I need a photo of you, and then I gotta tame you. Okay. Okay. Froggy Dex and Journal. Okay, let me click on you. But then how am I supposed to get food? Do I just need one? Art? Where you go? Where you go? I think I need to do all four. Oh! Oh my God, the silver page! This is the best day of my life. Ignore the fact, you know, that I got married, okay? You're so cute. Oh no, you disappeared. I wanted to tame you. Oh wait, you're back. Okay, I'm gonna feed you. Okay. Okay, yay! Friends, we can name the frog. I need some names right now. They gotta be pun-related names. Name this tamed frog to make it one of your favorites. What's a cute name for a frog? Hopper? Gwen Stiffroggy. Friends, I'm really sorry, but Faye once again has killed the game. Oh, there's not enough characters! How many characters was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 12 characters. Let's try that one out. Amphibian. Done. It worked. Amphibian. Okay, we got amphibian. Amphibian is hanging out there. Now, hold on a second. I got one. I need a log and an armchair. Okay, okay. And then an armchair. Got you. Do I want to put them all together? Maybe I should space them out a little bit. And an armchair. If they're gonna just be like chilling on the armchair, I will lose it. Mission complete. The Refuge got more reputation points and I added a bunch of frogs to the Froggy Dex. Oh, I didn't realize I was that close. Saul, thank you for being here. How are you doing? Justin Ribbert. Ribbert? Frogbert? Well, hold on. I'm going to be taming more frogs, so y'all got to keep these in your back pocket, okay? Unfortunately, I'm now running out of insects and money. Capitalism! No worries. Step 2 of the plan starts now. Let's visit the wetland so I can show you a couple of things we can do. Are we going to be catching the bugs ourselves? The wetland is in bad shape. If we restore it, we could use its resources for the refuge. Oh! How do we get there? You're hanging around? I'm glad to hear that. Ribberton? Yuki, it's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. Oh, the sleeping frog! Here we are, the wetland. It's a beautiful natural resource, but people just think it's full of mosquitoes. As somebody who's allergic to mosquitoes, I don't screw around with that. But you know what? It's fair. Our characters seem to not be phased. You and I should think of it as a wonderful treasure trove. It's all dried up. And don't worry, there's water underneath the dirt. We can dig ponds to restore the zone. In exchange, it will give us some resources. Justin Timber Pond. That is legendary behavior. Classic gamer. I love that. I love that. Let's have a look at the wetland shack. Is this the wetland shack? Yes. Enter the shack by pressing on it. This is where you get information on the wetlands restoration. Is this? Oh, it's here. I was pressing on the other button. There's a board with info about the plants. What's a bioscore? The bioscore is the combined value of carbon capture and flora diversity. The higher it is, the better for the wetlands. I need one named Budweiser. Oh my, I forgot about those commercials. Justin Flipper Lake. Too long? Yeah, 12 characters only. Lance pads. So, next step is making sure frogs are super happy, right? Right. Okay. So, we've got a 0% bio score right now. In the shack, you can buy blueprints to develop wetlands restoration technology. We already know how to dig a pond, so how about we learn how to plant a simple berry bush? Bushes! Okay. Berry bush. Can I get some... Never mind. Can I get some berry bush in the chat? Berry bush. We'll also be able to, I guess, dig more ponds and grow some other things in here too, like cattails and reeds, which is pretty cool. Where do we get our money from? Did that just magically come in? And we also can have helpers. I love that. Now let's start re-wetting these wetlands. Ew. Axel, I'm gonna give you a thesaurus. Just sounds like he's gonna pee on it. Let's do this. Okay. For the moment, let's dig a pond and grow a berry bush next to it. Okay. I got you. Open the editor and to buy and place elements. So a pond and a berry bush. Okay. Pond. Okay. Oh, I can place it anywhere? Okay, I'll place it there. Woo! Look at us! And a berry bush. Yay! Wait for the pond to attract insects and collect them. Oh, good. So there's no mini game to this. Am I... Okay. We got 2 flies. We use blueprints to restore the wetlands. We use the wetlands resources to fund the refuge. Let's add another berry bush and some reeds. Okay. Oh, that went away. Place 2 reeds and 2 berry bushes in the wetlands. I got you. It's a monarch butterfly. We're not crying today. Okay, we're not doing it. Thank you for all the berry bushes in chat. Yeah, snacks for the froggies. Oh, I like Croaker. Frogger? Maybe. I'm the frog whisperer. Okay, so we need reeds. And then, what did we also need? Reeds. And it wasn't another pond, right? Oh, and 2 berry bushes. Okay. But this is saying it doesn't have water. Am I supposed to water them? Maybe they weren't close by? I don't know how many I need. 2 reeds and 2 berry bushes. So 1 more reed? Did I do it? I did it! Frogbert Pattinson. I am terrified of where you're coming up with these frog names from. Frogacado, I'm so sorry. Would you like to go by Frogbert Pattinson from now on? Hi, Dark. How are you doing? I hope you're having the best day. If you're just joining us, we're sponsored by Kamaeru, which is a cozy farming sim about collecting and raising frogs. We're having so much fun. No, thank you. Okay. This is phenomenal. We're really chugging along with the wetlands restoration. Great! I was thinking about doing something with the berries from the berry bush. That's a neat idea. We have an outside kitchen over there. We could prepare some tasty jam. Jam? Okay. Resources are produced automatically and appear on the right side of your screen. Interact with them to harvest. Cool. It's kind of hidden behind me. You know what? Let me move my camera down, actually. Here we go. So at least you can see some of the things. Not all of them, but some of them. What did Cat say? Psst, 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 psst. Come here. Hi, Nathan. Hello. Frogo, if you like hobbits. Hi, SMG. Captain Frog, oh, Cato. Oh, yeah, from Final Fantasy IX. I am the captain. Taylor is correct. We play D&D correct. Aye, aye, Captain. Oh, why is that pulsating? Oh, caterpillar. Oh, jam. What does the jam do? You just want me to hang out over here? Oh, and I got something else. Reeds? I'm getting reeds? Jam. Bug. I feel like Laszlo right now screaming bat, but instead I'm screaming jam. Snoop Frog! Chloe? Amazing. That is a lovely government name, Frog. Reeds. Jam. Oh. Stork. Did we have a child? Was that not a stork? Craft wetlands products in the kitchen. First, choose a recipe and then quantity of products you like. Oh. Put the correct ingredients in the pot. Oh my god, we can cook! But what does this do? Sure. I started it. So we've got a lollipop, jam, and something else. I'm definitely doing something wrong. I turn the oven on. No, I'm still doing this. What do I do? Chat, what do you think I do here? Oh, never mind. I got it. I got it. Hi, Shella! How are you doing? Shella? This game is so cute. Is so adorable. I love frogs. Oh. What does that do? Oh. Oh, light. Oh, ooh. Oh my god, so it's sustainable. I got jam. Wow. I don't know what the jam does. The jam and our other products will be used to fund the refuge. Oh, okay. This is how we're making the money. I thought we were just gonna steal from people like Robin Hood. Shella, you have to see our frog. Now let's sell the jam in the shop. Okay. Sell. Sale confirmed. So this is what I was trying to show you before. We have jam, we have lollipops, and we have... I think that has something to do with our reeds. Isn't that cute? What are the other furniture pieces we can buy? Thanks for the lurk, Pookie! Show frog. Let me show you the frog. Don't... Oh my god. Axel. You... Wait. No. Photos? Camera? Axel! Axel, please! We need a minute. Frog! Frog! Shella, do you see? Do you see? We put up a bathtub and the frogs keep trying to climb into the bathtub. That's a new frog and it's gonna leave by the time Axel has stopped talking to us. This man is a yapper! Okay, thanks, Axel. Okay, you're gonna love her. Oh, are we meeting a frog? Who are we meeting? Oh. Grandma! Axel introduces me to a woman in her 60s with a gentle but piercing gaze, Annabelle. We shake hands and she starts a conversation. She's a retired surgeon who now devotes her time to doing research on frogs and wetlands. Hello, my dear. What a pleasure to finally meet you. It won't surprise me to hear that some frog species from this area are endangered. If we stand any chance of protecting them, I need your help to sequence their genes for further study. What accent am I doing right now? I feel like I'm a mix between like a British and like an Australian accent. 60? She looks like Colonel Sanders. Listen, she's seen some things, okay? Trauma looks different on everyone. You didn't post in the Discord? Did you see him? It also sounds like a transatlantic accent. I'm happy to help. To start, I would need you to tame 2 frogs. It should be easy for you. They love insects. Once you've tamed those 2 frogs, come and meet me at the lab to breed 1 frog. We're breeding! Breed at least 1 frog, tame 2 frogs, and breed them at the lab. Say less. All right, you little suckers. Oh! Pink frog! Pink frog! Beetle. Yay! Okay, frog names. What was the really funny one? The really funny one. Hold on, I gotta scroll back up. Frog names. The last one, Snoop Frog. Done. We have another one to go. We got another one to go. Oh, she's so pretty. Hello, friend. Look it! When I'm napping and you get mad at me, this is who you're getting mad at. Oh, wait, Bummy. No, not delete. No. I don't have enough. Chat, I don't have enough. Chat, no. Can I take a photo of her for a memory? Oh, albino frog. Okay, wait, we'll be back. I have to collect more stuff. I need more bugs. Shut up. Oh my God. I already fed you earlier. You just need 1 more. They'll keep coming back. Look at this baby. Look at this lounging baby. This is the best day of my life. Chapel Croak. Oh my God. Okay, so for that one, we need 2 flies and 2 caterpillars, but we don't have that yet. Oh, you're getting a camera. You're getting a photo. I need to stop hovering over delete. I don't know what's wrong with me. Stork, please, this is not your time. This is our time. I got another caterpillar. Oh my God, is it you? Are you still here? Okay, wait. Okay, wait. Yes! We tamed another frog. Amphibian. Amphibian. Okay, so we tamed a frog. So now we gotta go back. And I think we did everything, right? Tame 2 frogs and breed them at the lab. Yeah, so we tamed the 2 frogs. We have another friend over here. We have wait a second. Oh no, we already tamed you. Okay. And we already tamed you. So I guess maybe they just stay on the furniture that we have here. Okay, hello. Breeding tamed frogs allows you to obtain new frogs for your froggy decks. If you have more than 2 tamed frogs, you can choose the parent frogs you want to use. I bet we're gonna get new colorways too, because they're 2 different colors and they're 2 different patterns. Anthony Hopkins. Y'all are really doing too much in here, okay? I never played it, Bear. Did you like it? Right? When I was visiting my grandmother and my father in the senior care facilities, there were many patients over 100, and you would have thought they were just in their 60s. Like, thriving. And you know what their key was? Because I used to ask them. They're like, soda. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, not diet soda. I drink a soda a day. And I was like, baby, Go off. You do you. Each frog has a shape and color genes. Doc is gonna love this for the scientific background. Your goal is to combine them in order to obtain a new frog. You will not always have full control because nature will select its own genes from the parent frogs too. Place the genes of the parent frogs on the grid and try to align 3 genes in a row. You know what this reminds me of? Okay, I'm taking us back to school. Okay. There's a word for this where you were trying to match up the gene sequences. You would use a capital letter and a lowercase letter, and it was a square. Doc. Yes, Punnett squares. This is so similar to Punnett squares. Wait, didn't they warn us about this in Jurassic Park? Yeah, with the seatbelts, because life finds a way, nature finds a way. Okay, fantastic. So it's gonna cost 3 coins each. So we've got our Victulus Silver Peach and Victulus Pink Silver. Let's go. Okay, so, so what do I have to line up? Oh, so it's like tic-tac-toe. Okay. Okay. But wait, I'm not gonna get something else. Like, it's gonna be impossible. So we've got pink, Victulus, and silver. Oh, okay. So we already got an existing frog. Okay, well, yay! Oh no, wait, so it doesn't register. Okay, so if you get an existing frog, it doesn't make a baby. It has to be a brand new frog. Okay, so we have to try it again. Okay, I get it now. Peach. Okay, we've got Peach. We're not gonna get a silver. We're not gonna get any other ones. Nature, why are you doing this, babe? Okay, so we got a Victulus Peach Silver. Okay. So it's the same pattern as the pink frog, but it's a peach one instead. So I'm assuming I exit now, right? Or was that not successful? Yeah, okay, we're good. We did it. You bred a frog. Well done, Cleo, thanks. Perhaps you've noticed, but some frogs come to the refuge only when specific conditions are met. The carbon capture rate and the biodiversity score generated by your activities in the wetlands are important factors for frog biodiversity. Yeah, I think it had to do with the colors that I was selecting for the tic-tac-toe as well, D, you know? You never finished it, no? Were you, frog? Yeah, I don't remember Mendel's peas. I don't remember that. I met with Axel and Annabelle at the wetland shack so we could set a new goal for the coming days. Reach a bio score of 15%. This will require careful planning, but I think we're on the right path. In order to achieve a certain percent of bio score, you must place vegetation and ponds in a balanced way and be aware that each element has its own carbon capture value. So I'm assuming we have to go back to the wetlands for that? When you burn your throat? Don't do that. Oh, okay, and we also have to make money. Oh my god, there's so much to do, so little time. Wind! Have we fed you yet? Oh, I want this one. You're an aqua banana. I'm gonna feed you the flies that I do have. Look at the friend. Look at the sweepy baby. I love this game. I'm gonna try and make some more jam that we can sell. The big scientist who learned about genotypes, what your genes and alleles are. I remember that now. And how it can affect the phenotypes. That's right. I remember this now. Oh, am I supposed to? I think I'm supposed to do something here. Can I? Oh, if I had more berries. If I had more berries. 6 of those. Okay, I don't have those. Okay. I need more berries. What's up, James? How are you doing? So, I don't know if we've already, like, we know it, but I don't know. Okay, yeah, so we didn't capture it before. Let's go back, and I'm going to sell the jam that we just had. I wonder if we go to bed. I'm making money. Okay, so 6 units of each plant and 6 pawns. Let's do the 6 pawns first. Ooh, the sun is setting on the wetlands and I can finally sit down to rest. Axel joins up with a bottle of homemade cranberry juice. The taste is simply divine. At any time during the night, you can sleep by pressing the bed icon. Okay, but we got some work to do, Axel. Let me at least do the pawns. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. We'll try that. Hi, Crafty! How you doing, love? Okay, bed icon. It's dark outside. Do you wish to go on, or would you rather sleep until tomorrow morning? Oh, go on, because I just got a caterpillar. Okay, now I will go. Sleep! Isn't it adorable? Exclamation point Kamaeru in chat. This is coming out on June 8th. We have early access to play it today. We're also sponsored by Kamaeru. And it's this really cute frog refuge game. My cozy gamers are just gonna simply eat this one up. Okay, I have photos that I need to take because I can't feed my sweet little friends yet. Silver kiwi and the Doblex silver kiwi. I wonder if you could take like a photo of both of them. Oh my god, look at this one, y'all! Zebra Aqua Peach. What a happy little friend! Oh my god, aren't they so cute? They're so cute, y'all. Okay, we want to try and collect all the possible insects that we can. Kiwi pink! Oh my god, I see a pink one up there, y'all. Okay. Hi! Oh, this is Snoop Frog. I forgot that we got this one. I haven't taken a photo of you yet, though. Don't be shy. Don't be shy, Snoop Frog. Okay. Zebra pink kiwi. This is so exciting. Oh my god, and we have like an albino one down there. We missed it the last time. I think we did. I guess we didn't. Okay, we also need, what was it? 6 plants? 6 units of each plant. 6 units of each plant. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that, did I place that there? Oh, that was something different. Like, okay, hold on a second though. When they say each plant, do we have to open up the cattails? Probably. Okay. Oh my god, I'm poor. Chat, I'm poor again. Oh my god, but look at the sweethearts. 6 berries, 6 reeds. Okay. So we need 4 more of each since I already have 2 existing ones, assumedly. But we need to make money. I'm gonna make the berry candy. I got you. Then I need you. Okay, begin. Oh, I got an extra one. Okay, so if you do the mini game down here, you get an extra one. And I think I'm all out of the other ones, yeah. So berry-licious. It's adorable, Cassie. I am really, really loving it so far. $84. Let's go. Have we seen you yet? We have. And you? We have. Hi, friends. Can I tame some more of you? I need one that has, like, all flies. Y'all do not have all flies. You did? You added it to your wish list? Amazing. Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, you can also, I believe the demo is still up right now if you want to give it a go yourself. Double check and click on the link in chat. It's also pinned at the top of chat right now too. I need to grab. Okay. Hi. I don't think, do I have any beetles? Oh, I do. Okay, wait. Feed all. Yay! Okay, what's this one's gonna be named? Should we put this one down? This is kind of like a pale green color. Frogbert? Should this one be Kermie? I feel like Kermie should be more of like a deeper green. What should we name this one? It was your personal favorite from last Next Fest, yeah. I'm excited for this upcoming Next Fest, but I need to get the dates because I'm pretty sure it's this month. In fact, it may be very well like next week. And a ton of demos are coming out. King Harold from Shrek 2. Ribbiton the Third. More. I need more. I think I'm gonna go with Frogbert for this one. Okay. We got another sweet baby. Oh my god, we haven't taken a photo of this one yet. Oh my god, you're so cute. Can I keep you? Yay! Okay, what are we gonna name this one? Ribbiton? The Third? Oh, I can't use that. Third? No. I'll name it Ribbiton. Hi, Wibbiton! Hi, Krista! How are you doing? Welcome on in. I hope your meeting went good. Ooh, we've got another one. And journal. Oh! I just got a Steam achievement. Fill your album. Hell yeah, I am. Oh, no, you went away. Okay, wait. I really want this silver one. Like so bad. But we don't have enough beetles. Crap. Why you do this to me? Why is the game so cruel? Oh, you're so cute. I'm gonna feed you. That's definitely a Kermit. Kermit? What? That's definitely a Kermit. Want to make sure I'm taking a photo of you, though. And we have flies to collect. Okay, I'm getting distracted. So, I need... What? I need 4 more of these. Two. 3. 4. Okay, and then... Let me see. 1, 2. So I'm gonna need 2 more reeds and then 4 more of these ones. Mia, thank you so much for 2 months. Welcome on back. How are you doing today, beautiful? It's good to see you. thanks for sharing the frog level. We're playing Kamaeru today. How was your week, sweetheart? Oh, we got a frog over here. Who are you? The peaches are so cute. The zebra peach. Okay, we need to make more money. We have to make more money, chat. I feel like the lollipops are really the way to go right now. Frogsicle? So every time you correctly press that, I think you get an extra. I think that's how that goes. You better hop to it. Caterpillar. Okay. Been a bit stressful lately. Oh no. Well, I'm happy to see you back, and I hope that things start calming down for you, sweetheart. Shut up. Oh, we already tamed you. I love the frog bummies. I will never stop loving frog bummies. I'm a simple girl. Okay, we got 84 from that, which is really good. Did you say Frogrick? You did. I love that. Oh, this would have been such a good Kermit. This would have been such a good Kermit. Let me see. We'll do Frogrick for this one. Frogrick. He is just lounging and having the best day. Man, could we all be Frogrick? Could we all have that beautiful, beautiful life? Okay. 1, 2. All right, so those are done. I only have one of those so far. Okay, I need to make more things. I'm listening to you, game. I really like this mini game too. It's very different. Chill like Frogert. Frodrick. Why? I'm saying different names that are not even correct right now. Hopkins? You mean good old Hop to it Hopkins? Yeah, that harvesting comes in really fast. Well, we finally have one of these up now, so we should be able to start gathering them. Okay. Hot Croco! Someone needs to stop y'all, and it won't be me, but someone. So, really, you could get 3 extra, but I am not fast enough to do it. Okay, let's go back and try and sell what we can. Because Mama still needs the money. 126. Nice. Nice, chat. Ooh, we finally got one of the, like, wiener flower things. I don't know what they're called. Mole! Mole, mole, mole. This is so relaxing, you guys. I literally cannot. What's a frog's favorite soda? I don't know, Manda. Are you gonna tell us? I only put 1, so I need... Where? Hello? Where did this go? Exit. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we barely had enough, but we had enough. When you're done with an objective, you can use this button to keep progressing, but take your time. We're not in a hurry. Remember, chill. I'm done, though. Yes. Well, hold on. Well, maybe later. Give me a minute. I got some things I gotta do. Okay. Yeah. Leave us hop? Look, Cleo, we're doing it. The wetland is starting to look a lot better. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Yes, it's very moving. The flowers are back, as well as the dragonflies we used to chase when we were kids. This was a magical place back then. Aww. It's a magical place again. It's like a sanctuary. Yes, a living and breathing sanctuary. Aww. Tiff, yeah. It's gonna be so cozy and relaxing. Coca-Cola. Manda! Cleo, I'd like to introduce you to Anita, the mayor. The mayor. She wants to have a chat with us. Hi, Plants! How you doing, babe? It's good to see you. Shy! Thank you so much for 14 months. Welcome on back. How are you doing today, love? Great to see you. Happy Pride. I hope you've been amazing. Hello! To be honest, initially I was pretty skeptical of this project. Me too. I thought we were gonna be just, like straight up stealing from folks. But everyone keeps talking about the efforts being made here to save the wetlands, so I convinced myself to give you a little visit. Thanks for the lurks! My name's Cleo. Axel asked me to restore the wetlands and manage the refuge, and it's starting to look like something. You're too modest, Cleo. The wetlands is doing well, and it has the happiest frogs. Anita, maybe we can show you around? I'm afraid I don't have enough time in my schedule right now. Perhaps some other time? Just like a mayor to say that. Disappointed by the lack of help from the mayor, Axel sets a new goal. Take at least 5 new frog pictures. This should be enough to get our project noticed a little bit more. Okay. Plants, thank you for the lurk. Okay, are you a new frog? You are. I'm gonna come on over here and I'm gonna take your little baby photo because you're just a little baby. The Doblex Banana Aqua. Say less. What about you? You're the one that I really want to tame. Should we breed more frogs? We got 2. Oh, have we fed you yet? Now we have! I still loved Stiff-Froggy. Can we do Stiff... No, I'm doing that wrong. Stiff-Froggy? Maybe like G Stiff-Froggy? We got G Stiff-Froggy in the house. Froakie Kong? Sure. The next one that I can tame is Froakie Kong. Have we not tamed you yet? Okay. This is Froakie Kong. There you go. There you go. Oh, I don't think I took a photo of you yet. Yay! Banana. And you need one. You get a photo. And you get a photo. And all of you get a photo. Oh, I'm poor. I should probably take some pictures. Take some pictures. I'm poor. I should probably not do anything about that and take some pictures. No! Oh my God. Y'all, do me a favor. When I'm talking, just don't listen to me, okay? You get a frog, and you get a frog, and everyone gets a frog! Okay, can I start making the cattail hearts? Oh, it's 6. Okay, we don't have enough. We don't have enough. Hi. Oh, you're Kermit. Okay. I think the cattails take a lot longer to harvest than the other. Never mind. I spoke way too soon. Okay, let's make the cattail hearts. Bada bing. Bada boom. Oh, I got 3 extras. Oh my God. She was fast. Do I know you? That's Snoop Frog. G's to Froggy. And we don't know you yet. But now we do. Okay, I need another name. That's a Sprite frog? It kind of did look like one. Prince Naveen, French Fly, IHOP, Hot Croco. Oh my god, Hot Croco. Hot Croco's in the house! Okay, yeah, I know that that's ready, but I gotta sell. Yay, we are made of money now. Why are you so cute? I love you. Okay, wait, but you too. I'm gonna name this one Pinky. This is my frog now. Everybody gets a frog, and that's my frog. We need Tiana and Naveen. We do. We do. Oh, this is a new place. Today we met Dejina, an energetic and willing young woman. Her skills will allow us to create and build new furniture. Oh, nice. Hey, I've been following you on all social media. Great pictures of your frogs. I'm Dejina, and I'm here to offer my services. Whatever you need to build, fix, or paint, I can do it all. Welcome, Dejina. I think what we need now is to decorate the refuge so frogs feel even cozier. We are going for maximum cozy levels. Can you do it? Challenge accepted. How about we improve the refuge reputation by 3 levels? Done. Reputation levels are based on accumulated reputation. So assuming we just need to add some more furniture, oh, we can do that. We can do that. You like Joe Croker's. Nope. Joe Cocker's voice as a child, therefore Joe Croker. There we go. I was like, I swear I read that. I swear I did. I do keep forgetting about Snoop Frog because Snoop Frog just bounces out. Okay, Quest is not always supported by everybody. It's not easy to convince people. A friend of mine designed a system to catch bugs in insect hotels. Ooh, nice. Okay, thank you. Oh. It must be so nice to be able to understand how things work from a scientific point of view. Can I breed more frogs? Okay, I want to try something right now, chat. I want to see if we do the pink with the silver aqua, if we'll get like a pink and white or a pink and blue, okay? Okay, so let's start with pink. Oh. Okay. Blue. Pink. 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 Okay, we got pink. Nature, why do you keep doing this to us? No! Why would you just randomly put that in? No! Maybe I want to do it. I want to keep doing it. I'm going to do pink. Maybe let's see what they put down. I mean, we could do an all blue frog, right? So let's see what it randomizes to. Silver and pink. I mean, okay. It wasn't exactly what I had wanted, but I will take it. I will name her Buttons. There we go. If you have Pinky, you gotta have the brain. 'Cause we're Pinky. We're Pinky and the brain, 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 brain. Oh, you're so cute. Shut up. The brain. So now we finally have Pinky and the brain. Chat, we are just about to wrap up our beautiful Kamaeru adventure. I implore you to check out this game, ! Kamaeru in chat. Alternatively, it is pinned at the top of chat right now. This is so cozy. It's got farming aspects, it's got cooking aspects, it's got decorating aspects. If you're looking for a chill game with beautiful background music about saving and creating a frog refuge, I highly, highly, highly implore you to check this out, okay? If you click the link in chat, it not only helps support me, but it will send you over to the Steam store link where you can wishlist the game and be prepared and get this on your wish list and be alerted when it launches on June 8th, just a few days from now. Thank you so much again to Kamaeru for sponsoring today's stream. I had an absolute delight, and I hope that y'all did too. Can we get some frogs in the chat? Can we please? Can we get some froggies in? And can we just take one more photo here? This will be our last photo. Oh, never mind. Here, let's do a bath frog. This is us, if you care. That's me. This is me when I'm lounging. This is me when I am just being a frog, okay? Hi, Tomic. Hello. Welcome on in. Amazing. Amazing. This was so fun, friends. Okay, listen, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break, and then we are going to be switching over to Palia. So I hope you're ready to continue the cozy adventures today. Let me also get everything sorted for Palia right now.